Hi guys, it's Aegis here, and today I'm going to do another deck profile. Since I've been playing the Vanguard EX for a while, so I get a chance to actually test some of the decks, even just with AI from the game, which sometimes they make mistakes and such. And I also did do some test playing last night when I record the day before I record this video. So you should also see that live stream archive available too. I'll make sure I put it in the description so that if you want to see how the deck runs, you can see some matches there. I did some ranking matches, even though it's kind of like with the same person with different decks that they own, but still I think it's a good experience to show you how the deck works. So let's get into the deck profile, and today what we're going to review is the Mega Colony. So starting with the Starting Vanguard, nothing much to say. And then I'm running 4 of the Gunning Colio. This is the new card from the set, which also brings you a different style of playing Mega Colony. In the past, when you're using Sparking Hercules, you're like minusing their field, plusing your field so that you can hit them back while they are small. Do different like paralyzing, finding grade 3, try to refill the field. But now he's different. So let's talk about his skill. First skill, when he appears in the Vanguard circle during the turn, at first he gets 5k and 1 drive, so you're 17k and 3 drive. And then your opponent will drop their top card of the deck to the drop zone. If it's a grade 3 or higher, then you get extra 10k extra drive. So maximum you can get this guy to 27k and 4 drive by himself. So it's a good chance. And if you are playing with opponents that use a lot of grade 3s, for example like DP or maybe like different protect clans, then or other clans that relies on keep rewriting to gain advantage, then there's a chance that you can drop the grade 3 from top deck to the drop zone and gain your 4th drive and an extra 10k. And then the second skill is the active skill, Soul Blasting a grade 3. By doing that, then your opponent will drop another card from the top deck to the drop area, and then the drop the card's grade will also restrict what your opponents cannot call from the hand. So if they drop a grade 0, they can use grade 0 to guard from the hand. Of course, they can use some ways to guard with them if they are on Riga circle, for example, giving them intercept so that they can come out. This is possible, but they cannot call those cards from the hand. So what's the best situation for this card is you use the first skill to draw a grade 3 so that you get 15k and 2 drives, and then use the second skill to draw a grade 0 so that they can RPG. That's the most ideal situation, but of course not always happening, but there's a chance. So I think this unit is actually quite strong, because in the past you need to try to do something in order to gain the power to at least become 17k or 18k so that you can hit key numbers. But now he himself is a 17k with free drive. Even though if you're fighting a force clan, at least you can hit them without boosting, so it's still a good thing. And your opponent will need to drop something to guard it, because who knows, you're going to pull like a triple crit and finish them suddenly. But of course, even you get free drive, full drive, there are chances that you get nothing, but still a very good chance to review your hand, to keep getting more cards to your hand, and at the same time milling your opponent's deck. And then I'm running 2 of the Cyclo Mantooth, only 2, and I'll explain in a bit. So let's talk about his skill first. I will talk about his second skill first, which is when you ride on top of this card, then your opponent will need to discard a card from the hand. For each grade on that discarded card, your Vanguard will get 5k power. So if they drop a grade 3, then you get 15k power. So you make them drop something from hand, and then you may get power from it. If they drop a grade 0, of course you get nothing. But you at least give them to -1 hand. And then the second skill is a Vanguard and Riga skill, where attacking Vanguard counterblasting 1 and soul blasting 1. During the turn, he will get 10k first, so the 10k is guaranteed, and then your opponent will drop the top card to the drop zone of the deck. So top card of the deck to the drop zone. If it's a grade 1 or higher, he will get a crit. So help you to push some damage through, although if they drop a grade 0, then you can just hit 1 damage. But just that is enough to make your opponents to fear, because before he attacks, if your opponent is on like 4 damage, then they will need to be very careful what to guard, what to not guard, in order to like escape from his getting crit zone, so that they don't just need to face a attack with crit. And because you are increasing your drive with Gun and Colio, so you can even put a crit on him, and then I'm at least hitting 2 damage, and if I'm lucky, I'm going to hit 3, so helpful. And then I am running 2 of the machining stack widow, because in the situation that I play most of the time, I will need to use a lot of hands to guard. I will need to save my field, rebuild my field if my opponents are going like heavy retiring, for example using Narukami, or they are trying to kill your stuff every turn with Dark Irregulars, or you need to intercept a lot if you're facing clients like Pale Moon, or like Shadow Paladins, they hit you hard, so you need to keep guarding. Then you need some way to rebuild your field, and he's going to help you to do that. And if you are riding him, you can also gain power from the unit you pull. That's why it's great. And I will explain what usually you will pull from this guy. And also do note that it's not a must to call 2 units. You can go up to 2 from Soul. So if you don't think you need it, you can just call and pull nothing, and that works too. Or if you just want to pull 1 out, that's fine as well. And next I'm running 1 of the Hell Demise. Because I'm running Step Widow, then Hell Demise is kind of a must here for me, in my opinion, because he helps you restand one of your unit, which helps if you call something from Step Widow, then you can restand that unit so that you can use them right away, for example a grade 1. And next I'm running 1 of the Ant Lion, just because I do want to keep myself a way to win suddenly, like not from these guys, because you gain drive, you gain crit and power, you gain power, but if they got a PG, they're still gonna block it, unless you get a grade 0 from Corio's second skill. So just a way to secure you winning, even though you can see this guy is so blasting your grade 3s. These guys may pull your grade 3s out, but I will tell you how I can cover that. So let's moving on to grade 2s. So first I'm running 3 of the Machining Mantis, because you need to search for grade 3s, but I don't think I need 4, because this deck do use quite a lot of counter blast, and I don't want to save my resources for something else. But the main reason that I need Mantis is I want a attacker that is higher than 12k, which he can be 15, and more chances that I can search for a Colio. That's why he's in there. And next I'm running 3 of the Water Gang, simply because whenever I stand this guy, I can counterblast 1, put him in his soul and draw 2 cards. I field my soul, I draw 2 cards, and just stays there. Your opponent will need to always bang up on it and trying to kill it. So even if they just attack it, I think it's still a benefit. And if you ride him, you can use like stack beetle to pull him out, and then use hell demise to withstand him. Then you can kind of last one, put him in soul and draw 2 cards. So you can always find what again useful. Just that his power is low, but for now I think it's fine because we also get protect 2 if you need to use, so he can at least hit 14k if you use protect 2, or you can just swing for nothing and next turn stand. When you stand on your like stand phase, then you can still draw 2 cards and put him in soul, reviewing your soul so that you can use the soul for example like him to do more work. And then I'm running 2 of the Mega Lanza. It's a new card from the set and it's very powerful. So his first skill is when he attacks the Vanguard, for each rested regard you get 2k power, and then as an extra, if you put a regard into your soul, then during the turn your opponent cannot intercept. So first, he can hit key numbers. He can at least hit opponent's Vanguard by just alone, and also you can put a regard into your soul to block the intercept. The blocking intercept part is not that important, but putting a unit into soul is important because there are many cards that I need to soul blast, and sometimes, for example, if I run on a choreo first, and I may not have a Grave 3 in hand, so I do want to use the second skill, and then you just call a Grave 3 out, attack with that, and then attack with this guy, put that Grave 3 in the soul, block opponent's intercept, and next turn you can use that. So, or even like before you attack with Endlion, you can just call a Grave 3 somewhere, attack with this guy first, put that Grave 3 in soul, use your Vanguard to attack, or maybe your Vanguard is Endlion, then you soul blast that Grave 3, drop 2 cards, get 10k, get crit, and do guard restriction, then you can still push through. So that's why I think it's important, but there are times that your opponents have no regard, so I'm only putting 2 just in case if I need to put something in the soul, I have it. Then I'm putting 3 of the Killer Leaf. He is also another key unit to do the deck milling, because when he attacks the Vanguard, when you counter blast on Soul Blast 1, during the turn he will get 10k first, and then your opponent will drop the top card from the deck to the drop area. Then if it's a grade 1 or higher, you draw a card. So usually you will get 10k and draw a card, and then your opponent will need to drop something from hand unless they take it. That's why I think it's a good card, milling your opponent's deck, and sometimes the draw one will save you, because maybe you're trying to search for a Grave 3 and you can't get anything from Mantis, then at least you get a chance to do extra draw. May not happen, but when it happens and you draw a Grave 3, you will feel yourself saved by him. And trying to speed up your opponent's stacking out process, I think is important with this build. So now let's enter the great ones. First, I'm running 3 of these guys. It's a new card from the set. First skill, when he appears on a regard circle, so blasting 1. During the turn, he'll get 6k, so guarantee 14k for the turn. Then your opponent will need to drop the top card of the deck to the drop area. If it's grade 1 higher, you soul charge that back. So as long as they don't drop a grade 0, you get the 6k for free. And second skill is if you are boosting a unit that is attacking a grade 3 or higher Vanguard, you can discard a card. If you do so, then your opponent will need to discard a card as well. So as you keep drawing cards, you should have a good hand size, and if you're pushing your pressure good enough, then you can keep using this guy's skill to force your opponent to drop extra card from the hand before they got. If you manage to keep your opponent with like 3 cards in hand, they will attack, draw a card, force them to drop 1. If they just got a PG, then they will need to lose 2 cards. If they got great zeros, then they would card with that, and only left 1 card in hand. And if you have an extra 1, then you attack again, use the skill again, their opponent will need to drop that remaining card to drop, then they have nothing to guard with. Unless they have enough guarding power on the field by intercepting or whatever, but usually that's not going to happen. So unless you are facing like a player that is good at having a good hand advantage and keep like 10 cards in hand, usually you can use this skill to make your opponents panic a little bit. But even if they got a large hand, you can still try to drop something that you don't need, or like at the moment you don't want them, so that you can make them drop 1, and then now they need to think how to protect themselves by guarding. So it's a way of how you manage your opponent's hand size, and for early pushing, also for deck milling. That's why it's great. And then I am running 2 of this new guy. So as long as you your opponent is dropping any card from the top of from the deck to drop area, you get 5k power. So for example, Corio, this guy, Killer Leaf, Cyclops Mantooth, all these guys will get hurt 5k. And because it's only check the condition that if this action is happening or not, so the power will not stack, but a basic 13k booster or attacker is always good. That's why I have her in there. Then I am running one of the Phantom Black because for example, if I use Antlion, then my opponent can use normal unit to guard. And if I use Phantom Black, then they cannot. They can only use trigger unit. That is not PG draw. If I use Gunning Corio skill to make my opponents drop a Great Zero so that they cannot guard from the hand with Great Zero, then Phantom Black will just block the remaining stuff from the hand. Only one, because most of the time I do want to give them the option to what to guard. Like, these are your options. So if you're restricted to 0, then give me all your 1s, all your 2s, so that I can hit you harder. Unless I want a like straight line, I just going to get through, then Phantom Black will be useful. That's why only 1 copy, just if I need, but if you don't have it, it's fine as well. And then I'm running 2 of this promo. It's quite hard to get the Japanese version, but we will get a reprint very soon. So this card is amazing. And first skill is a Riga skill, both has a Riga skill. As long as this card is rested, your opponent's Riga that is on the same line with this card cannot stand. So you can just hit and rest this, and as long as you not hit, the attack didn't hit, the boosting didn't hit, then you are going to lock the line. And the second skill is when attack or boost that involving this unit is hit, then you have to put this unit into the soul and counter charge shot. So you can't choose. As long as your attack hits or your booster hit with involving this unit, you're going to put him in soul and counter charge one. So be careful how you use this guy. For example, you can attack and make sure you don't hit, so that you can do that, or you can pull this out with stack beetle, so it is already in rested mode. As long as you don't stand him, that's fine. Even though if the attack hits, you still get to soul charge and counter charge, so it's never a bad thing. And I'm running 4 of the Hornet so that I can do some early pressure and search and grieveries. for me, I sometimes do like this and sometimes do like this, so you can choose the way that you like. And after playing this build, the way I look at Hornet is a little bit different. In the past, because I always go second, so I will just write Hornet attack so that I don't lose a unit on the field and try to local a graveyard. But now, if I have other options, I will write those guys and then call a Hornet and attack with it first. Because I do want to give our opponents pressure. If they want to guard, of course, sure, got it. If not, I can search for a graveyard and then gain an extra soul because there's not so many units that require soul blast. So the way of using Hornet from my mindset is different, and I think it's better to share with you guys as well, so that you know Hornet is always good to be called as a Riga Circle, called the Riga Circle, and trying to soul charge for extra soul so that you can use it for something else. And here's my quick ones. And then entering triggers, I am running 7 crits, 5 draws and 4 heals, because I want to push through as much as possible, so that I'm running 7 crits. The extra draw is for example, like this guys, I need to drop something, then at least I have a lower cost to drop, and because I need to keep my hand size big, and Water Gang won't always survive on the field, so getting a little bit more draw triggers instead of 8 crit 4 draws I think is better. But do consider your own trigger lineups and find your best fit for the environment that you're living. Like if you're in an environment that you need more draw, then you can do 6 crit 6 draw, or you're in an environment that you need to do a faster game, then you go protect 2 and 8 crit 4 draws. That's all sort of things that can be fine-tuned by yourself. So yeah, that's the deck. I was trying to do this on Vanguard EX, but I couldn't get it through, so I think it's better to use physical cards and get the deck profile ready for you guys. I will also be doing a video covering the BMC Hong Kong that happened last week. It's our first BMC, and I think there's quite a bit of sharing that I can do, because I was helping out on the day. Not much, but at least I'm helping out doing something, and there's something that I see, there's something that is recorded, like the clan ratios and like different little interesting thing happens, and after I get that recorded, I will share with you guys. So also the new Genesis TD, I will probably be able to unbox that as well, even though I'm not playing the clan, but I'm going to have my friends to pick it up, so he will let me to crack one of those so I can show you guys what's in there. It's been a while since I do another unboxing on TDs, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Signing off.